Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we've officially come to the end of the Black Friday Thunderstruck promo on FC26, where the Flash SBCs, Flash Evos, Flash Live events, upgrade packs being everywhere, and the biggest set of cards we've had in packs this entire year was a treat for the past week plus, right? With this longer promo. It was probably the best promo released of the year, but now it's ending. Where do we go from here? How do EA keep the content interesting with Joga Bonito? Well, that is their idea, at least it seems. 5-star skills for everybody, which is fun, but based on the leaks we've seen so far, it doesn't look like it's going to be that crazy. There's only one really interesting part of content today that might be really interesting, and that is the evolution. We're going to take a look at that leak that's not even really out yet, and also talk about the market. If content's not expected to be that crazy, some cards could continue going up, right? I have like 0 coins right now. I've invested in a few cards. I think we can shout some in today's video as well and give you guys some ideas of what players could be going up tonight on Friday. Let's get into it, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hyped video, and subscribe if you are new. Yesterday, of course, the biggest news was the 99 stat boost on the Ultimate Scream cards coming back again for one more week. A different 99 stat was boosted on each and every one of these cards, but also every card got a roll plus plus in every roll as expected, and those are permanent. The 99 stats go away for a week again, but the roll plus pluses are permanent. And a lot of these cards have actually gone up in value. I mean, take a look at Frimpong. He was 140k. He's now 174. You've got cards like Aloe who are up 30,000 coins per card. I think one of the biggest risers on the day was Paulo Futre getting 99 shooting, having low driven plus, already having 94 pace. He's up like 100k or more per card there. And a lot of the even like pretty affordable players. Look at Griezmann. I sold Griezmann for 110k yesterday before the upgrade happened, and he's now 120k because he has finesse plus and he got 99 shooting. A lot of these cards did very good. So if you invested, GG's. If you sold in the hype, that's fine. You got the safe profit and the safe coins, but these cards have 99 stats throughout this weekend for FUT Champs and into next week, and I think people are going to be interested in them. So keep watch on those cards. They could keep moving pretty well on the market. Now, let's take a look at the SBC content that we had yesterday, which was pretty quiet except for one of the 2 SBCs. We had marquee matchups, of course, which if you need maybe some gold rares and commons, this could be a place to get them, but also at the same time, you're going to have to turn in some golds in here anyway, so maybe it's not worth doing that to try to stock those players. But there was a Ultimate Scream related player pick that was dropped yesterday too. It's called the Cold Moon player pick, and it's basically a gamble player pick, guys. It's a 1 of 3 chance at a Scream card, and it refreshes every day for the next week that it is out. It's an 85 rated squad with an inform, I do believe, or an 84 rated squad somewhere in there. I got nothing from it, but of course, since there's players like the Antoine Griezmann, players like the Vinicius Jr. and the Ousmane Dembele, the heroes are not included in this, I'm pretty sure. It just was regular Scream cards. But since there are some of those bigger name players that are in this, people are going and doing it. I mean, sure, if you want to have fun with it, go ahead and try it, but that doesn't seem like a best place to use your 84 and 85 rated fodder, in my opinion. But at least it's pretty cheap. It's 27,000 coins, and it does refresh every day. Now, a couple last things to discuss before we get into what's all dropping today on Friday. We actually just had some FC Pro Live upgrades like Billy Gilmore, Hegazi, some of the players that are getting actual stat boosts from this last week of FC Pro games. Billy Gilmore is now an 86 rated card. He got the +1. Others, though, like Fabian Ruiz, just got the 5-star weak foot or the 5-star skill moves, and I believe Ruiz got himself a 5-star weak foot boost. So now Tiki Taka Plus with 5-star weak foot, and some of the other players as well that were in that Group C got the 5-star weak foot or skills boost. Make sure you check out Footbin to see the FC Pro upgrades. They just happened, so I don't think the site's updated on them yet, but check those out today because those will be showing in there. We're still waiting on Thunderstruck upgrades. We've got a lot of players that are due playstyles. Yesterday, after Manchester United's draw, I mean, that's their second win or draw since these cards released. So Beckham, who was actually the last Thunderstruck card that I'll probably pack from this promo, and maybe the best card in terms of value and stats, he's getting an upgrade. So is Dalot. but we have not seen those yet. I'm really curious to know when EA is going to boost up these Thunderstruck cards. Like, I actually have a Rodri that I just picked up on a snipe, and I'm wondering, when is he going to get the playstyle that he is due, or all the Barca cards, right? There's games upcoming this weekend, and that's one of the reasons that we like those Thunderstrucks for investments, but we're still waiting on when are we actually going to see those playstyles added. Now, two more things to discuss before the content. I know a couple more things. There's so much going on. We got to stay on top of it. But just to mention this, the SBC for this is not today, even though the Mbumo Player of the Month is expiring, but the Prem Player of the Month voting is live, and that means it'll probably be dropped as an SBC next Friday. And I think this is a clear winner here with Igor Thiago. 5 goals on the month for him with Brentford. The only player that comes close to that really would be Bruno with 4 assists. And then you've got somebody else in here with 3 goals. You've got Morgan Gibbs-White with 3 goals as well, and Harvey Barnes with 3 goals. But honestly, 5 goals is going to be difficult to beat in terms of an individual award for a Player of the Month. So I'm going to guess it's Igor Thiago, but we will have to see. Also, the voting is out for the Bundesliga and the Serie A. Those SBCs will probably be next week as well. And as we turn the conversation into today on Friday, I mean, this is just football related. It's a big day for the World Cup, guys. Today is the World Cup draw, and I believe that is going to be happening right around the content drop. If it's anything like the Champions League draw, they'll start it an hour before content, and then it'll actually get going and be good at content, because there will be so much information and so much fluff and video and like hype it up basically type of thing before they actually start the draw. So we'll just have to see how that goes, but that'll be going on today around the content drop as well. So be watching out for that, because that's just going to be the beginning of all the excitement and madness building up into what is the World Cup upcoming this spring. I'm super excited for that, especially for what's going to happen in this game as well. I can't wait to see what'll happen. So let's look at today's content, though. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. What's happening today on Friday? Of course, we've got Joga Bonito, but even before this releases today, we've got an SBC, guys. Remember, we just talked about it in the last couple of days. Player of the Month, Lamine Yamal, is expected to drop today on Friday, an hour or two before content, sometime in there. Again, this is his official card, 90 rated with Tech Plus, and not quite as good statistically as the 89 rated Primetime Champions League card that is in packs, but it's an SBC for Lamine Yamal. And of course, my, guess for the price of this SBC would be right around 800K. Sorry, this card's 1.2 mil. I'm going to guess this SBC is going to be 800K because it's not live. Yes, it is above the rating of the Champions League card, but I feel like 800K would be, with the stat upgrade, still expensive, to be honest. I hope it's less than this, but it's Lamine Yamal. I don't think EA is going to make it cheap. None of the Mbappe Player of the Month SBCs were cheap either. They were doable, but they weren't cheap. I would say the same thing about Lamine Yamal. But if this is an SBC that interests you, I would definitely be watching fodder, because I don't think fodder is going to like sky in price right after Lamine Yamal drops, but fodder is down from where it has been. Yesterday, of course, people must have stopped doing SBCs. We've had some late night lightning rounds in the last couple of hours too. EA's trying to get that last bag from the store before the Thunderstruck cards go out of packs. I'm guessing is what's going on here. Yeah, we've got some late night lighting rounds going on right now, and that has actually dropped some of the fodder and some of the cards in packs. So if you want to get involved and buy 88s for 12K, I think they can go back up to 14 today, because we do have the icon pack that's refreshing as well. And even yesterday with Rivals Rewards, they never went any lower than like 13,000 coins. That's actually really low. So 12K for those is a great price, I think. Maybe even 87s for like 7.5K. Hopefully these go back up to 9K like they were yesterday. Again, because of the Lamine Yamal and because of the icon pack that should be refreshing again tonight. So that's the Lamine Yamal that should be dropping early today. Let's look at the Joga Bonito promo. Guys, this Quaresma card, by the way, EA tweeted out yesterday, it's coming into packs. He looks ridiculous, all right? That might be the best card in the entire promo. Now, there are a lot of players that are coming into packs. As we looked at yesterday, we have the full team leaked. EA posted yesterday that Nasib, Aymar, and Quaresma are officially the cards dropping here, and they showed official stats. Look at the state of that Quaresma. Right wing, of course, all these are going to have 5-star skills. That's the whole point of the promo, right? That's EA's idea. Joga Bonito, 5-star skills. That's going to be fun. which honestly it probably will be, but some of these cards having 5-star skills probably won't make much sense either. We'll look at some of the players that are in his team, but Quaresma makes sense to have the skills. 89 pace, 87 shooting and passing with 92 dribbling and the game changer plus playstyle, which is perfectly suited for him. So watch out for that. But this is the rest of the team. And honestly, there are some gems in this team. Like you look at Vitinha, that's a pretty sizable pace upgrade. I was just comparing to really see how much of an upgrade are EA giving some of these cards. Most of the upgrades are just getting like +1s across the board, but Vitinha from this version is getting +5 pace from 80 pace to 85. I think he's getting well, this one has boosted shooting because of the finesse shot and because of the Champions League game, but it's mostly +1s of the card, except for the +5 pace. Bonmati gets a small upgrade. Okocha gets a interesting upgrade. Some of the cards in this promo already have 5-star skills. So does it like Okocha, right? But he's still going to have 5-star skills. Will he get a 5-star weak foot? That I don't know. We'll have to look out for that. Janola's going to have finesse on this card. Cole Palmer with low driven. Again, I was actually comparing this Cole Palmer to his most recent special card, and it's simply a +1 to the stats, but it is a different playstyle plus, and that's intriguing. You got Nakata here with Inventive plus, Olise with Finesse. Like, there are very interesting cards in this promo, albeit some of them already have special cards this year. Definitely that Olise and that Palmer are going to be hyped. Rui Costa with Incisive. Hopefully he's affordable. That card could be pretty good. Yildiz with Inventive. Maybe don't love the playstyle plus. Still great stats. Abedi Pele will be great. He's a beast in game. I've used him. This Frankie de Jong card is going to be very hyped. It's not the biggest of upgrades from his gold card, but for his first promo of the year, Incisive plus instead of Tiki Taka plus, I'm sure he's going to have Tiki Taka base. That's a crazy card there that a lot of people are going to want, and I don't think he'll be cheap. Chloe Kelly, what pressure with a Rapid plus on the right wing. She'll be usable. Maicon with Rapid plus at right back. Okay. Kvaratskhelia with Technical plus, 89 dribbling. That'll be a nice card. Joe Cole with Tech plus. Sanchez there with Trickster. And then here we get to a really interesting card. Murillo with Intercept plus, only 87 defending and physical, which that's pretty good. Only 83 pace, but 83 passing, and then he's going to have 5-star skills. I don't know how much that Murillo should be. I know that like Gold Marquinhos is not that far off from that card, and he's obviously very cheap, but hopefully that is affordable. With Premier League Brazilian links, that might be a pretty interesting card, especially with 5-star skills as a center back. Gervinho gets in, and I hope he's affordable too, but that's one of my worries with this promo, guys. How many of us are going to save packs to open today? I can't imagine too many, right? Are EA going to run as many lightning rounds with this promo team as they have been running for Thunderstruck? I can't imagine that they do. I think these cards will start off pretty expensive and pretty rare on the market. So I think you got to be very careful if you want to buy Mateus Cunha or Cherky for your team today to try out. Like, these cards do look fun. They do look like really fun to use and good, right? With their upgrades. But I don't think you want to hold on to them very long because they could start really expensive and then drop off loads by the time we get into the later nighttime. Now, again, those are good cards there. Cherky with the Game Changer plus the Travella, and you got Cunha with the finesse shot, Dest with technical, Doku with rapid, Endrick with low driven. 85 passing? I think that's a typo. I'm pretty sure when I saw Endrick's card before, it showed 77 passing. That might be too good to be true, but only 86 rated? That's Evo potential in this next month. Isco could be interesting. David Alaba, really, really interested in trying that card out with the Real Madrid links. Very high passing and dribbling stats for him with Anticipate Plus. And Yomi, Alexandro, another center back. This Ndombele we talked about yesterday has a lot of hype. Giovanni Kenda, super sub with pace. And then, of course, some other fodder cards down here at the bottom that may interest some of you. Overall, though, there are big names in this promo team. I can't imagine the pack weight's going to be that sick. Really, the chances that we have to pack these cards are going to be from the refreshes of the 85 to 87, which, again, if you take a look at this promo team, how many of the cards are going to be in it? Probably about half the team, right? Cunha, Cherky, Gervinho, Murillo would be involved in there. Cancelo, Alaba, Isco, Endrick, Dest, Doku, and then some of the cards in the bottom row, but you're not going to have the chance of packing Yildiz, Bonmati, Ginola, and Cole Palmer from that. But we do have the 84x3 that's still going to hang around today as well. It will give us an opportunity to pack some of these cards. Just be really careful if you really want to buy one of the players in that promo team today because of how expensive they might start on the market. That might help some of these cards and other cards that I want to invest in go up in price even further later tonight. We'll talk about that. But let's look at the rest of the content that is expected today with our player SBC being Lucas Paqueta. I don't feel like this is that hype in my opinion. Now, if you're a West Ham fan, then you're like, heck yeah, I'm doing this. These are the official stats and the playstyle plus for Lucas Paqueta. But this is a player that already has 5-star skills on his inform card, and I think his base gold card that's been released. So is this really that crazy of an SBC? Like, this is a 5-star skills promo. It would feel more hype if the player who's getting released on the Friday night for content would have like a 5-star skills boost, not already be a 5-star skiller. Incisive long ball, first touch, and technical on his base item, which actually just fit an evolution not too long ago that made him really good. So maybe you've already evolved Paqueta and you won't be doing this one. But all we know right now is that he does have incisive pass base on his card, probably going to be 5-star, 4-star, and probably going to end up being like 250,000 coins to complete. That would be my guess at least. It could be a good card, don't get me wrong. Center mid position, if they add some playstyles, it could be good. But I don't know. I don't think it's like super duper crazy, at least the way that I look at it. If you're Brazilian, if you're a West Ham fan, you're like, nah, Nate, I'm doing this. Absolutely go ahead and do it if that's you. But for me, it's like I'm maybe going to do an icon pack today instead of this. Yeah, I know. An icon pack instead of that, potentially. I'm thinking about it, honestly. The other SBC that's leaked right now is Berbatov. Now, I would do this if it's really cheap. I don't know if he's going to be today or if it's going to be later on in the weekend. But like I said, honestly, if that Paqueta doesn't suit you and a lot of other people in this game today, I think where people are going to be going with that fodder is this base icon upgrade pack. It refreshes the final time today. You can do it 3 more times. But it's going to be like the only icon pack that's available after content. The max 89, the max 91 are both expiring, but this one is still going to be here for the next couple of days. And honestly, I've even started building out 2 of the squads because I may be able to do it. I might have to supplement a little bit with some coins once I sell some things. But that might be the most hype SBC today, guys. And since it is refreshing, I do think that can make fodder go up a little bit. But once again, I want to re-emphasize, I believe fodder would go up before content a little bit. I think 12K for these is too cheap. 7.5, 7.6, too cheap for that fodder. I think it rises pre-content with Lamine Yamal as well. And then I think it goes up maybe a little bit more after content for an hour or two. But then once the weekend league rewards start hitting, I do believe that it will drop, because most of your demand for the icon packs is going to come soon after content. Then people will start playing weekend league, opening packs, and you'll probably see some fodder prices. Maybe the 88s will come back down to 12K, like 12K to 14, back down to 12. That would be my guess for how fodder moves today. And again, like I mentioned, there's a lot of upgrade packs that are expiring. If I sort by expiry here in this section of the game, look at all the SBCs expiring today. And Mbumo, the 81 double, the base hero, the first icon, the second icon. You know, the Team of the Week pack is going to go away. It'll come back. 2 more of our upgrade packs are going to expire. The campaign mix upgrade goes away as well. The Savinho SBC. So that is one thing that I would say too about fodder is the icon pack's going to be the main SBC that most people would be doing, I would imagine. But with the other icon packs and hero packs going away, the hero pick is still here. That's maybe going to be a little bit less demand overall for fodder, and it could make prices dip back down again and be another reason that maybe 88s go back to 12K later tonight on Friday, even into the weekend of Saturday and into Sunday as well, before we get a new icon pack. We'll keep an eye on that, of course. But let's take a look at the part of content today that actually does sound interesting, all right? We haven't talked about evos yet. And by the way, if you haven't done the Estrella de Montcada, that's the low-driven plus evolution, that one expires at content today. You got to put somebody in it. And once again, if you're trying to get your evos done really fast, make sure you do the Flash Live Event mode. I'm trying to finish these 2 evos here while that mode is still out, because that mode expires today at content. But the new evo that we're expecting today is a left wing evolution, and rumor has it that this evo is kind of being dubbed the Neymar evo, basically formulating a player like Neymar, even though he's not in this game. Obviously, EA don't have the rights to the Brazilian league. That's a whole fiasco. We wish that they would. We miss Neymar in this game. But that's maybe what this evolution is like. It's got the bomba emojis out here from the leakers on Twitter. Now, it's really interesting that not all the leakers have been posting about this yet. So how hype is it going to actually be? But Rashford, Marmoush, Luis Diaz, and Hyunmin Son allegedly fit, and you could have told yourself and known yourself that this Evo was going to be dropping, or some sort of Evo was dropping, after you saw Hyunmin Son yesterday go from 3,000 coins all the way up to 4,700. Now, he's already got the Finesse Plus, so whatever playstyle plus this Evo may give, he'd be already in a good spot because he has the Finesse. But you'd have to imagine that this would be a 5-star skills boosting Evo, and it's big boosts. But I've heard that players like Salma Parluelo as an 84 rated left wing and Rafael Leao do not fit this evolution. So there must be some sort of pace cap. I would assume that the leaks for this Evo would start flying soon today after this video drops on Friday. So keep a close watch out for that. But if it's a left wing Evo that's dropping today, maybe you be careful investing in some left wings or left mids. And hopefully that is a fun boosting Evo that, I don't know if it gives 5-5. Maybe 5-5's too much, but at least 5-star skills. That would be pretty cool. We'll just have to see, like, being able to customize our own card with 5-star skills is one thing that I would look forward to with the whole premise of this promo, giving out the 5-star skills. But everything in general, content, it doesn't look that amazing, especially coming out of what we have with the biggest set of cards and packs, as we mentioned. All the flash content that we had, it's hard to top a promo like Thunderstruck, and some of the content that's still hanging around from then, like the Icon Pack, is probably still what's going to be most exciting today. And I think that's going to impact the market. Let's discuss that next, because you can see, and I mentioned it, that I have like no coins. I'm getting involved in some of these Thunderstruck cards, some of these icons, and some of the out-of-pack special cards that were in packs for the best of that are leaving packs today. All of the Thunderstruck content that was in packs. So the Thunderstruck cards and icons, these icons, the champion versions, the best of campaigns, and the best of team of the week, they're all out of packs today. The only thing that's going to be in packs are the team of the week that we have currently from our regular team of the week release, and the new promo team of Joga Bonito. That's all that's going to be in packs today. A lot of cards have already started to rise back up, but I still think if you take a look at Footbin, like a card like this Bernardo Silva, he's been rising from 40K. 40K was his absolute low point last weekend. That was the low point for a lot of these cards we were talking about buying then. I still think there's an opportunity to get in now, though, on some of these cheaper cards from the best of campaigns and re-releases, and some of these cards from Thunderstruck. Guys, we got games today and tomorrow. Like, Manchester City play tomorrow, and Rodri, who already secured one upgrade, is going to be playing and hopefully winning or drawing and scoring 2 goals against Sunderland. Not him, but Manchester City. And he gets all the upgrades locked and loaded. So you've got live and upgrading potential for some cards. Other cards who haven't played games yet. And you've just actually got some prices that have dipped down a little bit after some late night, early morning lightning rounds. The biggest investment I think you guys can make out of this team are the 86 rated Thunderstruck cards, maybe some of the 87s down here too. Do a bit of a club stock. If you have 500,000 coins or more, or maybe if you have a little bit less than that, but you want to pick up 2 or 3, picking up a Mahrez for like 13,000 coins, picking up an Olga Carmona for 15K, even though she's already up a little bit. Athenia, I just bought this for 11K. She's 13 right now. I think that's a great card. She could get a playstyle plus for the women's Madrid team, depending on how they play, right? That's one of the last upgrades here. She doesn't have a playstyle plus yet, and she could fit evolutions very soon. I've used her actually in the most recent Flash live event too at the very beginning. She was very good. Tapsoba, one of my favorite cards to put one in your club from this promo with Bruiser Plus. Let's say a center back Evo comes out in the next month that fits 86 rated cards that gives the intercept playstyle. He would get it. He already has long ball pinged. I mean, we would need a jockey. We'd love a block as a part of this too. Maybe an Evo could, you know, provide that, and then also upgrades that Leverkusen could bring him could make his card even better. I think some of those like budget cards, Zakagni as well would be another one. Perisic would be one you want to have in the club. Buchanan would be another cheap one you want to have in the club. At least just put one in and then wait in the next month and see what happens for those sorts of cards. But then even for players like Rafinha was 640K yesterday. Like yesterday, guys, these prices rose a lot, right? He was 600K at Rivals Rewards, went up to 640. He's back under 600,000 coins. I think you have opportunities buying players from this team that are low again early in the day today on Friday and holding on to them. I do believe these cards can rise up into the night tonight on Friday. I think we will have a bit of a Friday night bubble. I don't know if it'll feel like too much of a bubble though, because prices are already up so much. A lot of people have already bought their teams. And if you see a price that's low though, I think you got to go for it with the way the content looks today and the way things are headed. The only word of caution that I will mention with some of these cards is they are very supplied. Like, we have had a lot of lightning rounds. We have had a lot of packs opened over the course of these Thunderstruck cards coming into packs. So that worries me a little bit, because there is definitely going to be some overinvesting on some players. Like, very popular players like Dalot could be overinvested in. Now, Dalot was a mini release card, so he's got even less supply than some of the other ones, but still, he's been in packs a long time. And I do think this card actually can rise up today. I just think you want to be careful holding on to these cards for too long. The hype right now is all with the Thunderstrucks, but how will that continue to look through the weekend? I think you just want to be a little bit careful with that. But also, these cards should be pretty safe. The icons as well. Look at the graphs, right? Ribéry was $550, I think, yesterday. Yeah, look, he had a high sell price of $560. And, well, that's a bit of an undercut right there at $517. But, like, I would buy that right now if I had the coins, because I think he'd go back up to $550K today on Friday. These cards as well, guys. I picked up some Tony Cruz. I said on the stream the last 2 days, if Tony Cruz goes back to like 82 or under 85K is what I really said, I would buy him. Yesterday, he reached the price all the way up to 93K. This is a sick card, bro. He's in my starting 11. I packed him. He's better than Busquets. He's replaced him for me, and he's only 80,000 coins. It's the cheapest Tony Cruz in the game. It's actually cheaper than his regular icon card, so I like him at 85K and below. Hopefully, he goes back up. I bought an Iniesta for $8.99. I think a lot of those icons and a lot of just these Thunderstruck players, these best of campaign players, I do believe that they can rise up in price. Just try to find the ones that are a bit more rare and find the ones that people are using the most, the hype players, if you will. So that's where my coins are right now. I sniped an Alex Morgan on the stream yesterday for 2 mil. Gonna keep listing that and holding on to that. Got a Vinny Jr. for 800K flat. Got a Cafu. Some of the Brazilian cards today might do good with some of the Brazilian players coming into the promo team. There's the Iniesta that I bought for $8.99. Couple Bernardo Silvas. There's another Tony Cruz. And then this Rodri that I sniped for $820. I mean, he's already 933,000 coins, but one of the most hyped defensive midfielders in the game, on the verge of getting all the upgrades. I'm going to hold on to that card. I don't think you have to sell by content today. I might sell a couple things just to have a few coins liquid and ready to go. But what I'm really looking to do throughout the night tonight is lazy list these Tony Cruz cards, lazy list a couple Bernardo Silvas that I got, and just watch the rest of these cards that are going back out of packs that came back in from the best of re-release, and hoping that we can have some nice fluctuation trades with them and maybe get involved with some of the Joga Bonito cards potentially as well. But it feels like a good time to be buying cards on the market. I think you maybe have to be a little careful, but a little careful compared to what we've had to been on weekends before is like not a comparison at all, because other weekends we see huge crashes in the market after Friday night. I don't know after the bubble if you're going to see a huge crash. We'll have to see and play it by ear, but it feels like it's a lot safer this weekend coming out of a big promo like Thunderstruck into Joga Bonito. So that's the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and of course subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in a Twitch stream today. We'll be looking at all the Joga Bonito content, looking at the World Cup draw, and having ourselves a fun Friday night. Make sure you pop by here on YouTube and on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been Nate for the Count. See you later. Peace out.